So if you are still on Twitch, just give me some type of indication if you can hear me. Um, I think that was a good little transition period because since most of the stream up until this point was pretty much about kind of getting everything set up, I think this is a good spot to be in to just start getting some work done. But I hope that Twitch folks can still hear me because I'm not really sure why that issue was happening. I'm gonna test and see if I can hear it too. YouTube's working. All right, what about Twitch? All right. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know that it was acting cray cray. At least, I mean, that's something. Okay, we back. All right, because I would have been real mad because I was about to get into the thick of actually coding. Oh, this is what I wanted to look into. JavaScript, stated JS, basically. Not that I don't believe ChatGPT, but we want to look at the state of 2022 because that's the most recent responses. Features, libraries, testing. V-test, Vi-test, testing library. Is that just like a general? Playwright, Jest, Storybook, Cypress, Puppeteer, Mocha, Jest. Okay. Because realistically, this is probably something to set up early too. Delightful JavaScript testing. I love how like very personable everything is in the JavaScript world. Jest is a delightful JavaScript testing framework with a focus on simplicity. It works with projects using Babel, TypeScript, Node, React, Angular, Vue, and more. Fast and safe, code coverage, easy mocking. Ooh, mocking can be like a lot. Great exceptions. So we'll probably just use Jest. Getting started. Put Jest in here. Mock functions. Guide, snapshot, and async example. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put just in there. Okay. Realistically, though, that's definitely going to take a little bit more time than I want to do right now. What I want to do right now is set up our node project. But I am going to add, add just as a dev dependency. Okay. That's what we're working with. Our terminal. Oh, damn it. Excuse me. What I did was not what I was trying to do. I was not trying to do that. What is the shortcut? I don't know. I need to. Okay, so back in the day, I used to have something called dang, it was like a tool that I used on my Mac for splitting your monitor, like splitting screens. I can't even think of what it's called because I don't think they maintain it anymore. But I need something like that. So we have decided, we as in me, so this is API for Love. API for Love is a mobile app that allows couples to create and share their own API endpoints. For example, let's do this again. API for Love is a mobile app that allows couples to create and share their own API endpoints for expressing love with features like sending virtual hugs, kisses, or romantic messages. API for Love is an app inspired by a conversation and recommendation from ChatGPT. This is my Notion board that I will be using to manage the project. And then I have so far documented through an embed. I have a page embed of the actual ChatGPT conversation, which I can always use for reference. And then I also have already created project tasks for the back end, at least some preliminary project tasks that I need to accomplish. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with setting up the Node.js project, which is what I was taking a look at. So I need to set up the Node project. I need to initialize npm because I'm using npm. So I'm going to initialize it with npm. And then I will be using Express, Mongoose, and then I'm also going to use Jest for testing. So that is going to be a dev dependency versus Express and Mongoose. Those are going to be general dependencies that work in any environment. But Jest will really just be running in the test environment, or in the development environment, I should say. Okay, so let's do this. Actually, oh yeah, I already have Mongoose on there. So we are going to cd into my repos folder. This is where I keep all my projects. It doesn't have anything really in here right now because this computer is still relatively new. So I haven't really transferred any of my projects from my old computer over. I have those on the external drive right now. So that's why it's hardly anything in this folder except the bot, the chatbot code. So what I want to do first is create a new directory. We're calling it API for Love. No, did I say I was calling it Love API? I think, because that's what I was gonna call it on GitHub. So we're creating a folder for that. I'm gonna cd into that folder. Then the first thing I'm gonna do is git init, right? So now this is a Git repository. The way I have my command line configured, if my repository or if my folder is a Git repository, then I will actually see that it's a Git repository, and I'll see which branch I'm on, which is main by default. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to npm init. Let's just do npm init. Actually, I don't want to do -y because I think that's going to take all the defaults. So my package name will be love API. I'm okay with that. This version 1, that's fine. Actually, let's go 0.0.1. My description, I'm going to use Command C. Is this gonna work? Okay. It took everything up to the first line break, but that's okay. My entry point is, I'm gonna call it server.js, not index, actually. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense. Okay. My test command, I'm not gonna keep a test command for now. My get repository, oh dang, I should have linked these first. I think I just need the URL for it, right? So you know what, let's do this. Because if I have it set up already, Control C. Did I cancel it? Okay. If I go ahead and link these now, that should set up for me. All right, so let's go here, love API. Don't add a readme. I think if I don't add a readme, it's gonna give me everything I need to push from the command line, but I should still be able to add origin, I think. Let's see, can I get remote add origin? I'm doing this in a slightly different way than I would normally because it would be nice oh I thought that's so slow. Okay, get remote add origin. I thought for some reason I copied the whole line. I didn't. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go back and do our npm init. Keep the project name 0.0.1. Command C. Okay. We gon' server.js. Skip the test command for now. Oh, see, it still didn't work. What the heck? I thought I was gonna save this. Is the get repository normally just the URL name, or is it normally with the .get on there? Let's just do it this way. Keywords, none for now. Author. Did I ever change my git config? I hope I did. git config dash global user dot. Yeah, I guess I did. Email. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I got package JSON. All right, and then we're gonna npm install Express. Oh shoot. I think I'm on npm use dash else. Wait. npm help. I have to remember to check which version is being used for Node version manager. Otherwise, sometimes I end up running into dependency issues. La 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 la. npm current. I don't want to unnecessarily switch it. Okay. I think that's LTS right now. Or is it? That might not be. npm install 20.11. Yeah, so that's not. Damn. Okay. Well, that's fine because I didn't do my install yet. So npm use LTS. That's probably the latest version, but not the latest stable version. That's probably the yeah, it's probably the unstable. Okay. So now I'm gonna npm install Express and Mongoose and Jest. Was it just Jest? Oh no, because I want Jest as a dev dependency. Let's do this so that way I won't keep doing that. Anything else I need to install, I can just install it as I need. But for right now, I think I need those. And then npm install, put my flag, dev Jest. I'm not going to set it up yet, but at least I can have it installed. I might end up switching my chair in a minute because I've been sitting in this stool and it's very hard, so it's starting to make my back hurt. Let's make it get ignore. Open this in VS Code. Do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna continue on with the terminal over here. So I have a node modules folder. I need to ignore that. Oops. Node modules. Save. Let's get at the get ignore. It's not graying this out yet, but I think it will soon. So I have that. I'm going to add everything else as well. Commit dash M, see initial, commit node. I should say Node.js. Since a node technically has a meaning. Okay, so now I have a commit. I'm gonna have to set up my server. And then get that running. Is that it? Let's see what's on my, let's stick to our board. So I said create a project, initialize it with npm, install the dependencies, install just as a dev dependency. So this is separate from implementing the hello world. I think this should go above the schema. So I guess the way I like to do this is turn them into check marks, since these don't technically have like completion options. And then it should give me a color, the choice to pick a color too. I like this one because it'll be an indicator that this is slightly different. So I did that, and now I should get these. Yep. Install dev dependencies. Okay, I don't know what this was supposed to be right here. Let's make it initialize get repository. Delete that. Okay. And all that is committed. So now, hello world. So I basically just want my landing page working. I want my app running, essentially. But what I can do for now is I can go ahead and push this so I can finish the get set up. Is this it? Okay, yeah. Get branch dash m main, get push dash u origin main, get branch dash capital M main, and then get push dash u origin main. And some people wonder sometimes, like, huh? Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna wave at myself. I think I copied the HTTP instead of the SSH. I'm pretty sure though, get remote add origin. I have to update the origin. Control C. Hello. I know you stuck. GST. Get remote. I did that wrong. Get remote. So if I just rerun it, get remote, add Is it going to pick up? Yeah, already exists. Okay. So I have to get remote. Probably this. Oh, rename. No, I don't want to rename it. I'm changing the URL. So I think that's set URL. So probably I'll just get remote, remove, or just because it's simpler, get, and then just add, do that one again. It's simpler to remove and to re-add it than get remote, set URL dash dash delete name URL, and then I'll have to run it again. Okay, so that fixed that. So get push dash u origin main. I know I set up my SSH key. Yeah, so the thing is, what I caught is that when I went to try to push, it shouldn't have been trying to get me to sign in to GitHub through that UI. It should have just pushed automatically because I have SSH keys set up already. But the only way it would try to get you to sign in is if your origin is using HTTPS instead of SSH. So that was something that I didn't catch when I copied it, but it's all good. So now this code is pushed. Let's add a readme to readme.md. We'll put a readme in the next file. Should have put a readme in that initial commit, but that's okay. We don't need that no more. Let's see, what's it called? This is called API. Okay, and now I'm gonna put the description in there. Here, let's do this. Put the code in between Notion and Chrome. All right. And then I think these will need line breaks just to make sure they are considered as paragraphs. And this is just my starter. So I'm gonna save this. And okay. Okay, so we got that, because I mean, as long as my commits are there, I can push whenever I want to. Okay. What do you do? What are your goals? Any specific projects in order? Welcome in, Fizzy. What do I do? Long story short, I'm a senior software engineer. I do a combination of client work, personal projects, and I'm getting ready to go back to school so that I can pursue a PhD in machine learning. So we speak this time. Okay. So a combination of those different things. Was I chatting in was I actually typing in the chat last time you were here? So yeah, this is a personal project that I want to work on. This is going to be something, I think it'll be a long-standing project. I want it to be a personal project in the sense that it will be something I can use as a learning tool, and also to satisfy my need to have something else I'm working on besides regular work. However, I don't want it to be the type of project that's just not beginner, but like sometimes our pet projects, we don't go very in depth on them, if that makes sense. And in this project, I want it to be as thorough as it can be as a piece of software. implementing all the tools that would be in a normal production, basically production grade. I want this to be a production grade pet project, if that makes sense. Um, so that's what I'm working on, just getting this set up. And oh, I want to say this. This is, see the, oh, what it is. These two names. Production grade. Let's see my learning. Okay. Okay, I think it's good to have that there because I will be showcasing this one on my GitHub probably eventually, relatively soon. I think this will become one of the main pins. Oh, we were talking about math. College student going to finish my last year and try for internships for the first time. In the meantime, I'm out of school just because of trying to find a good work environment to finish my year out, getting an associate in computer information science with a concentration in programming. Do streams on me learning to do Java right now to make some personal projects of my own. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, I've done a lot of Java actually. Hopefully y'all can't hear the noise in the background, but I might have to ask them to keep it down because I can hear them through my headphones. But anyways, yeah, I have experience in Java. I did a lot of Java development. But I don't prefer Java. So since I get to choose what tech I focus on, I have been focusing on JavaScript and Python. And those are best for me as well, both in the things that I study and the things that I teach. So this is I chose this to be in JavaScript because full stack JavaScript is like one of my main tech stacks. Okay, y'all can't hear them. Okay, cool. I'm glad I have a I have this dynamic mic, so it's mostly y'all being able to hear me since I'm directly in front of the mic, and that helps out a lot. If I had my other mic hooked up, y'all would be hearing everything. Okay. In this project, the description is a mobile app that allows couples to create and share their own API endpoints for expressing love with features like sending virtual hugs, kisses, or romantic messages. So, oh, and then I did this too. It's called exclamation mark love API. Is it API for love? Oh, there it is. Okay. If you want to see like the full conversation that I had with ChatGPT that inspired this, you can see from that link too. Need to get a dynamic one. Yeah. Is it a bad mic, or is it just not? Do you have a condenser mic? My other mic is a condenser mic and it's really good actually, but it's not good for streaming. And like this room is echoey because it's all hardwood floors. No, I don't have any furniture or rugs or anything in here really right now. And then I bought this mic back when I was still staying at with my family. And in that case, I always pretty much had my son in the room a lot of times, or it was a lot going on in the house because there was a lot of other people in the house. So this one works well for me, but I'm going to bring my condenser mic back out for whenever I start. I'll probably be like recording covers and stuff because I kind of want to get back into singing. Got a little dookie mic. Well, you know what? You got to start somewhere, man. You got to start somewhere. I had a Blue Yeti for a long time. I don't remember what happened to it actually, because the Blue Yeti was working. Oh, you got the Five Fine. Is that the square one or the round one? I'm that bad. I'm that bad. Oh, let me see. Started learning in Python for first class in school. I'm not sure if that's the best source besides schooling, but it's what I've been learning. Yeah, Code Academy is good. I was just recommending the Python for Everyone. Free Code Camp is really, really good, y'all. Free Code Camp does have, I think they might be updating it soon, because when you look at the curriculum, the Python stuff the Python stuff starts with the data analysis and stuff like that. So I think they're going to be updating this one. But really for Python, you can, if you just starting with Python for Everybody is good. This is a good one. And then another thing about Free Code Camp is .com. Did they set this up? Free Code Camp. I recommend their YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel has gotten so good. So good. Because they just bring in instructors from all over the place, and they have a lot of very full, like one video might be like, this one's like 5 hours, coding with AI. They have an AWS cert that I want to look at on here. It's so long. Here's a Jest one. I might actually watch this one today, to be honest. But yeah, so for Python, oh, they got a lane chain on here. See, this is what I love about them, because they basically have all like the best coding creators from all over publishing courses on their channel, so you can find whatever you're looking for. I highly recommend. Here's a Python one for beginners with mini projects. So it's an 8-hour course, so it's a full course in this one video. So obviously not to be digested in one sitting, but even without having ever looked at this one, I highly recommend everything on Free Code Camp. So I think that would be a good one. Oh, you got the round one? Okay. Wait, so you don't like that mic, Sneaky Fox? Best way to learn any of this is just build, pick a project. Yep, got to build. So that's why I like that one, because it has many projects incorporated. But realistically, even though building is the best way to learn, everybody has to start somewhere. So it's very overwhelming to start with a build if you don't even know the basics. So I think it's a balance of those two. I will add this in by saying answer questions in the project that you want to be answered. Like, I want to make a game is too broad and isn't enough. I've been trying to tell people that it just feels like so much. Yeah. Um Now, y'all, my strength is in helping people actually transition into this. So we think about the practical side of, what that overwhelm is like in the beginning. Um but you can't, so it's a process. It's a process. So that's why I like Free Code Camp actual platform too, because when you do the Free Code Camp, even Code Academy should be like this, because I haven't done Code Academy in a while, but their platforms are really geared around not just like learning how to code in isolation, but you would be building into a project as you're learning. So with Free Code Camp, when you go through different components, a lot of times you're basically building onto something. The So you probably would like that Python one, because they should be going through many projects as you go along. And then yeah, once you finish something solidified, you want to sit down and do a project. You will learn a lot from just going through the building process. It's only so much. It's Coding is like more like a construction type of work than people think it is. So yes, in theory you can understand how everything works, but if you don't actually try to sit down and build something, it's still just theory in your mind. You know what I mean? Like, somebody can explain to me how to build a house, but until I actually sit down and try to put together the frame for a window, or until I actually, lay some floor, lay hardwood floor or whatever, lay some tile, I'm not going to really understand how it works, or I'm not going to really build my skill set in that regard. It's just going to be like, yeah, I could tell you, like, put hardwood floors down, but you know what I mean? It's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to do it. So I kind of compare it to those. I literally went all was that like a week ago when I went out I got up and went and got a freaking drill just to demonstrate what I was talking about. Have an idea or project that you can break down and answer questions and grow. At first it's a lot, gets easier when you start. I started learning Android and I'm a Rails dev. Not even close to the same world. It got easier and I have a long way to go. Yes. And also, you already have a basis since you're learning Android, but you already do Rails, even though it's a very different world in a lot of regards. You have a lot of fundamentals from that you can translate over. Sneaky Fox, how did you first get into Rails dev? Okay, if anybody knows how, I want to find out how I get a class on Free Code Camp. I really want to know. Do they just be reaching out to people, or is it like a way that people get in that pipeline? Flatiron. I know of Flatiron. They tried to open here in Detroit. It didn't work out for them. A lot of boot camps are really not that good, honestly, and that's the sad part. And it could be hit or miss depending on, was it Flatiron? I feel like Flatiron tried to open in Detroit. Flatiron School, Detroit. Because this would have been a while ago. I think they tried to open in Detroit a while back, but they didn't last very long. They don't teach Rails anymore. They teach Python now. Makes sense. Um, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, so you started with a boot camp though. So at the end of the day, boot camps have a certain type of structure. Now, universities, community college, stuff like that, it's not as well formed for learning how to build projects and stuff. You know what I mean? When you take those classes, a lot of it is all disjointed, and it's very very theory based. That's how come boot camps have been able to thrive and actually develop a market of developers that are in the industry, because universities and colleges, they don't do as well with that process. um so wait, Fizzy, you said you're doing Java and Python. I recommend sticking to one language, because you said, hold on, let me see, started learning in Python for first classes in school, but I thought you said Java too. Did I make that up? Java and Python are very, very different languages. I wouldn't recommend trying to do both those at the same time unless you don't have a choice. Oh, Java outside of school. So is the Java, what are you doing that on personal stuff, or is it like work related? I'm gonna have to go wake this baby up because it's about 4 o'clock. Personal stuff, okay. Yeah. Honestly, okay, you already finished Python. I would I would pick one and stick to it, because those two are very, very, very different in regards to the syntax, how the syntax works. Um some of the underlying features. So, obviously you probably have noticed by now is certain concepts are going to translate. Like, you make variables, for example. Notice that you was learning, yeah. But Java is heavily object oriented in a forceful way, with classes and the way, I don't know. I think I would recommend pick one and stick with one, get more comfortable with one, and then kind of move over. So if in school they're teaching you Python and that's something you have to continue on with, um, then stick with Python. But if you really like Java and you want to learn more about Java, you can definitely, future classes is going to involve Java. Okay, yeah, so stick with Java for now. I do like Java in the sense that I learned a lot of my back end foundation in Java. So when I moved into using JavaScript on the back end, or even Python on the back end, I have a much better, I think I had a better foundation as far as how to structure my code and stuff, because Python and um JavaScript and Python are so they so loose, you know what I mean? So you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff in those languages that you cannot get away with in Java. So it taught me a lot more structured, having more structure to my code. Um, so I think it's a good foundation, and then there will be you'll be having more, you'll be getting that solidified as you move on into your learning. So, um, a nice, let me see. So you doing Java instead. So instead of Python, let me get you Java. Let's see what they got. Say, yep. When I was doing Java, I was doing Spring Boot as a framework. Oh, here's a Java REST app. I don't know what Quarkus is, but let me see. What's she talking about?
And JPA Streamer to build a REST web application. Quarkus is an open source framework tailored for Java, optimized for building speedy cloud native microservices and serverless.
A REST app is kind of like what I'm about to do. So this is like a backend. It's basically building a backend application, and you follow a certain pattern to where you make it easy for your front end to be able to make different types of records, edit those records, view those records, and also delete those records. So that's kind of what I'm setting up now. So if I show you just an example of how my endpoints are going to be structured, it might make a little bit more sense how I'm describing it. So I'm going to have a backend that will, for example, have the option to send virtual hugs. So I'm going to have one endpoint or one URL that lets you view all of the hugs that someone has received. Then I'm going to have an endpoint that's going to allow you to create new hugs or send a new hug. I'm going to have an endpoint that allows you to edit the hug, or well, I guess we don't have edits, but I think I should be able to delete the hugs as well. So REST is a pattern that we use in how we set up our backend. But the specific actions we're trying to do, they call it like CRUD: create, read, update, delete. CRUD. So sorry if I'm throwing those random terminologies out. Let me see. Here, let me search for Java then, because that class I think assumes some knowledge. Oh, ooh, this one is 4 months, 1 year. That's 5 years ago. So before you even go to REST, let me see, what do they do?
You're about to learn how to program in Java from Farhan Haseen Chaudhry. Farhan is an experienced software developer here at Free Code Camp, and he is great at breaking down concepts for beginners. This is a great course if you want to learn Java, and you can follow along with the whole course from within your web browser. Farhan will teach you the basics of Java using Replit. Replit is an online...
I want a Java project. Years, 4 months, full tutorial, 5 years. This one's full stack, but
In this course, you will
Will
learn how to
he?
create a full stack application using MongoDB for the database, Java and Spring Boot for the backend, and React for the front end. Farhan Haseen Chaudhry teaches the back-end section of this course, and Gavin Lawn teaches the front-end section of the course. Both these instructors.
I would. Okay, these are all my opinions, right? But these are recommendations. I would rather you take a class like this one for like to learn how to build the project, because if you're learning Java um and you're not familiar with what REST is yet. So they should actually break down each component, and you will see how you can actually build out all of these different features. So I will recommend this one for you for Java, because that other one is only an hour, and it seems like it's going to skip over some of that information. So this one might be helpful. And this is something you could probably kind of sit through and follow along with in the afternoon. Fizzy, did you ever join Discord? I don't know. If you didn't, that's fine, but I can't remember if you did. Because if you run into any issues, you can definitely message me in there, or write in the code channel, and we will help you out. My Java is a little rusty, but I don't like it to get too rusty, so I always like helping debug with Java. They're putting us in a position where we are beginner full stack developers. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So maybe give this one a shot. If it seems like it's too much out of your wheelhouse, if it's too many new concepts, it should be in like I don't want to say it's like a perfect zone, but you should feel stretched, like you're trying new things, but you shouldn't feel so overwhelmed that you have no idea what they're talking about or how to follow along, if that makes sense. So if it's like way too far out of reach, then we can find something else for you. But since you already did a bunch of programming and you should want to do a project now, I think this will be a good one for you to follow along with. And then feel free to message me if you run into any issues, or if you end up not being able to get any of this stuff up and running. I'm gonna save this because I might go and run through this myself too, just in case if you have any issues. Then we'll be able to circle back. So you can always post in the code channel. That one is general. Okay, so now I have it saved too, so I won't forget about it. But yeah, see, you're able to ask questions and stuff like that. That's so important, because if you don't kind of get that feedback, you can spin your wheels, as we would say. Like, you might get stuck in the same place just trying to figure out like how to move forward. So I like to be able to be helpful in that way. And I think I'm familiar with all the tools in here. So this will go into the front end as well. But since they're guiding you through it, it'll probably be a good overview for you, just to kind of see the whole picture. Thank you for the bits. So just check back. Let me know how it's going for you. If you get into that, or if you have other questions too. But yeah, when I was working on Java, I was doing Spring Boot, which is the framework that they're using in this one. We built microservices. So instead of building like a front end and a back end, we built a bunch of small services that all connected to each other. That was fun. I liked it a lot. And I do think Java is a really good foundational language, honestly. But I like JavaScript and Python because it's not as much extra boilerplate, right? Like if I just want to do a hello world, I could just write hello, like print hello world or console log hello world, and then that's it. Java, you got to write a class and a main method, and but it's still good. It teaches you really good principles. So, let me see where we at right here. Where did we leave off? We got this readme. Oh, I need to get this running, right? So I need a server. Let's actually wait. Is it commit? I need to learn some of my shortcuts and get commit dash am. I think. Let's try that. Let's see. Add a goal to readme. Brutal. I want to mess with AI, but I'm not good at math. Also make a cheat list. So with AI, if you don't want to get too deep into the math of it, that's okay. You can use a lot of, there's different frameworks and libraries that you can use to interact with the models that are already created, or to build models without having to know all the math underneath. You don't have to know all the math underneath. As, yeah. I study a lot more stuff in machine learning. So if you, like I said, maybe, focus on building you out a project and kind of getting comfortable with that. What you could do, which you might be interested in, I don't know, you could use an API, like one of the projects I was working on in my labs. Did I close it? I think I closed it. Let me see. My notebook is still open, I hope. Yeah, this is one of the projects I was on, one of the labs I was working on. It uses, it's basically just, this is Python, but a lot of these APIs they might be available in different languages, but in this one is using a large language model from Google Cloud. This one uses Gemini. Gemini is their newest model. It's a lot of contents in here because all the output of the code is in here as well. But just to show you. So this was my setup code. What else was in here? This was all setup code, and then this creates the model right here that I can use in my code. I was using text bison. I think this one is I think this one correlates to Gemini. I could be wrong, but I think this one's supposed to be Gemini. So yeah, you can basically you can interact with different AI models through code now, and that'll be good. And then you can also actually do some different model training with some existing libraries and frameworks, and you wouldn't have to know the math underneath it to actually set it up yourself, if that makes sense. Can see why Inhan likes the streams. I hope it's helpful for y'all. Like I said, I help people transition, so I can answer like a lot of questions. And I used to have a lot of questions when I was first starting out, and luckily for me, like you said, it's a blessing. I had mentors and teachers that were in the community with me. I was able to literally go to them and say, "Oh, hey, I'm thinking about learning this. What do you think?" They gave me advice. Like literally, the reason why my GitHub account is back from 2014, even though I didn't even take a boot camp until like 2016, is because one of the very first classes I sat in on and took, like the first web development class, he told us to learn GitHub. This is it right here. It's called Build a Dynamic Website. He told us to learn how to use version control. Now, this was like a part-time class that people were just taking, and a lot of people, they didn't. 10 years ago, wow, a lot of people, they didn't actually put the time into learning version control because they weren't really trying to become software engineers, but they were just learning about, web development. But I actually spent the time and took that advice that he gave me, and it paid off in the long run. It paid off so well in the long run. So I was always fortunate to have mentors and instructors and stuff that I knew personally, and I could always get advice from them. So I'm always happy to do that. Have no clue how to use GitHub or LinkedIn? Yeah, talk to me in Discord. Then we can talk about that. I'm gonna do some GitHub stuff. I did a let's see. I think it's easier for me to find stuff on the way I put it on the website. I have a couple things on the website here. I'm a post this one. Tags. Get. Oops. Hold on. Let me see. How do I do this? I have a bunch of GitHub stuff you can start with that tell you how to set up your GitHub and how to get started using it. Tag. I need to make a link to just this Git stuff. Git. Okay. I have no stuff on LinkedIn on here, but I'm happy to talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, for the most part, if you want to find me on LinkedIn, you can connect to me on LinkedIn. Just send me a message and let me know. Like, oh, hey, I'm Fizzy from like Twitch, because obviously people use their real names on here. But feel free. But the way the quick that thing I would say about LinkedIn, get your picture up, get your tagline, like, however you want to do it. You could say like, you're a student, what your aspirations are, or however you want to describe yourself. And you can include your link to, I use my link goes to my website, because for me, like, I'm showcasing myself as an educator also and a content creator. So my link goes there now, but your link can go to either your GitHub profile, or it can go to your website if you have a website portfolio. Then make sure you set up any experience you have, or any, what your education is and what the skills are that you're learning. But it's kind of just getting it structured out the way that you want it to be. And then I really recommend take a look at these. The place to start here for Git would be leveraging Git and GitHub as your technical portfolio. I have to re-record this. Did I redo this one? The audio on this one might be a little bit annoying. I think it was like choppy.
And then you can go ahead and create a repository.
So I apologize for that. I think I redid this one. I just can't remember how I did. But anyways, I did a blog that shows you like how to set your repository up on GitHub and everything, how to set up your account um in an optimal way. And then this one describes more about how to do all of that if you need like a walkthrough. The audio is kind of terrible on there, so I'm going to go back and redo that. But then if you want to know how to use Git, the command line workshop and the Git and GitHub fundamentals, those two go together. So in the command line workshop, I showed like how I set up my terminal, and then I showed some of the basic commands that you would use. Files up on Git for working from the command line. And I usually teach a little bit about the command line first, because I always teach Git and GitHub I always teach Git from the command line. So in this workshop, it's like 3 hours. I went through a lot about Git, getting started. And this is a PR. Okay. So I did a lot of stuff in here. It's like 3-hour workshop. So if you want to go through that, it should be good. Preacher said, we got you covered. Yes. That's what we do over here. We cover over here, okay? So I'm gonna stop now because I'm going off on a tangent, but these should definitely get you there. I gotta fix this one. Speaking of which, I'm about to go off on a slight tangent here because this is important. Let me see. See. In our recordings, that's Git and GitHub fundamentals. Because I feel like I did that one. Oh, you know what? I think I redid that content about setting up Git and GitHub and setting up your profile. I think I redid it at the beginning of this. Because these are on the 29th and I recorded that on the 3rd. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I think that's how I ended up doing it. Covered basic shell commands, but I also covered how to customize your term. Whenever we had exercises for that program, I always participated and made sure I used all of the exercises. And whenever we were given any type of system you are on, you can copy this command. Yep, we set up Git. What I'm just trying to see, did I redo my repository? For examples, to after I can create a pattern. The main ones now you can see. This is what our profiles used to look like. Oh yeah, see, I redid that. Okay, cool. So yep, you can get all the setup for how to set up your all right. The best way to set up your profile. The best way to set up your profile, and then also how to use Git, all in this one workshop. I'm like, I know I redid that content because that post, the audio came out so bad, and I was so upset. With that. So yep, look at the command line fundamentals and look at the Git and GitHub fundamentals. These top 3 right here. What do I use to host my website? I'm using Ghost. I really love Ghost right now, y'all. Especially if you are like in the content creator type space. All the bases are covered. Sneaky Fox, I'm using this platform and I love it. So what I wanted from my platform, I wanted something where I can host my blogs, I can host my courses, I can host my my podcasts, I can have memberships or paid content, and also my newsletter. I wanted all that to be one thing, and that's what I got in Ghost. With Ghost, it is open source, so you can actually host and deploy your own version of Ghost if you want to, but for me it's just more straightforward. And it supports their business. I pay for their managed hosting. So this is what my back end looks like. Let me see. So I have posts in here. These are posts, obviously. Something that's published. So they got a markdown editor and stuff like that, and then you can bring other types of content in. So you can have your posts in here. You can decide if you want to send your post to the newsletter or not. You can have your memberships. You just hook up your Stripe account to here, and it'll automatically manage the memberships for through Stripe. If you don't ever really want to go into Stripe and do it that way, you can have discounts for members as well. I'm showing y'all people's information. Pages. You can make different pages, of course. So I have some pages, like some of these pages, they really just point to different tags that I have set up. They have themes. You can use themes. They have their own open source themes, and then they have some other features there. And then analytics or whatever, some basic analytics. So this is what I like about it. I love it. It's everything that I wanted to be able to manage all in one. So for example, this post right here, if I was to publish it, I can either decide to actually send it as a newsletter with an email, or I can just publish it, or I could also just send it as a newsletter, which is basically the email. And then I can decide which groups I want to send it to, or which specific people I want to send it to. And you can schedule stuff for later, of course, as well. Just giving you a quick overview. You can still do all of your SEO for the post as well. How it's going to show up if you want to feature it. How it's going to show up on Google. How it's going to show up. So this is like the Google card. You can, customize this. So Google, how it's going to show up on X, how it's going to show up on Facebook. What else? Yeah, it's all there. It's all there. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. I'm about to use this one for our MVP developer stuff. I'm about to actually use Ghost for that platform too. And then Ghost even has a cool thing now where you can submit your site into their library or their catalog. So like I'm going to submit mine into the technology catalog, which I probably should have already done. But I'm going to submit mine into the technology catalog, and then I'm also going to submit it into I think there's an education one, yeah. So you can see Linux handbook, like a lot of the education is tech education. Developer Insider. And it's up to you. You can go like more newsletter, and then the site is just all past newsletters basically. You can go course. And being able to actually subscribe and take different courses, see how they have theirs like actually outlined in the course, which is something I want to integrate eventually as well. So you can do that. You can go more magazine style with the blog and content and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm done. But yes, all of that. Stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometimes. Okay, cool. We'll come check you out. I got Fizzy. Sneaky Fox, I think I'm already following you. Let me see. But yeah, it's funny because I'm like, the kind of stuff that I'm going to start posting like videos about, I'm going to like especially for the Meta Dev Girl, like actual YouTube channel. I think I want to post more content about like the types of things, the types of tools I use and how I'm using them, right? So because I'm like me, how I grow my career is as an educator and kind of as a content creator, even before that was really a thing. And so I'm going to probably make more videos about like, here's like how I use Ghost, um, how to live stream your code, basically, like learning how to like running the tech conference or getting into conference speaking. Those are the kind of things I'll probably talk more about on the channel, because that's a skill set that I'm more so experienced in, and I don't think a lot of people talk more about some of those skills. So I can teach you code all day long, but I'd rather show people exactly how I'm building my career, how I have built my career out, because this works, you know, this works really well if this is a space that you're going to be in. So if you feel comfortable live streaming and stuff like that, heck yeah. Cause I wish we had live streaming when I was like, I wish we was doing this back when I first started. But I don't know if I would have been brave enough to stream like as a beginner. Oh man, feel you on the multiple tabs. Heck yeah. All that sounds very needed nowadays. Yeah, I mean, and it's just different because the only thing I regret when I was first coming up in the field is that I didn't really keep up with my blog and um or get like recordings and things of different talks I did, because I was a meetup organizer. I was a teacher, but I taught, we didn't have a lot of online stuff at that time. I taught in person. So um I'm very known in my local community here. I have a good reputation. I have a good, you know, like professional, I guess you could say, like profile that I've built up over time. But once I wanted to say get out and start speaking and getting accepted at different conferences, they would say like, "Oh, can you submit like a video of like a talk you did previously?" And I'm like, "What? I didn't record it." Or like some stuff I can't even show you. Or I didn't think to record it. Nowadays, like even with conferences, a lot of our conferences are recorded. They might actually live stream the conference while they're hosting it. So you would have the ability to get that recording after the fact. But I didn't have that back then. So that's why I'm so much more open about me being on my ML journey right now and documenting how my ML journey is going, because all of that is something that it really allows potential companies that you want to work with, it allows them to see who you are before they hire you or as a part of the hiring process. And Shativ, thank you for following. Welcome in. But yeah, a lot of that stuff, it always helps. So you could be a person that, it's different routes you can go, right? You could be a person that likes to live stream and shows your process that way. You could blog and show like your thought process and how you solve problems that way. You could be you could be an organizer for a tech group and showcase your leadership, or be a speaker. You could teach. You could work on an open source project, and if you're more so like you like to code, but you might not necessarily be somebody that wants to do a lot of presentations and stuff like that. It's all different ways that you can really showcase your skills. And that's how you stand out. So when I was first coming into the field, because I was a meetup organizer and I used to teach workshops, beginner workshops, that actually got me a lot of people paying attention to my, like recruiters were finding me on LinkedIn and they were reaching out to me. I wasn't reaching out to recruiters. Yeah, so it's definitely strategies that you can go. Everybody's not going to take that route, but that's okay. That makes it all the better if you are willing to put the effort in, because you're growing your career. And in my experience, like I don't want to grow. I don't want my career to depend on a specific company and my growth within that company, I have to still showcase who I am over time. Because once I want to leave that company, if all of my, what's the word? Like if all of my accolades and all of my growth is internal, you know what I mean? It's very hard to showcase that when you want to move on to another role or another opportunity. Being able to articulate yourself to techies and non-techies is super valuable if you want to go to those higher management. Yep. If you want to do higher management, if you feel like you want to, become like an executive, or even if you want to be like a VP of engineering, or you wanted to be like a CTO or something like that, you have to be able to talk, not just tech. And you do have to be able to translate that information. So I definitely agree with that. I think I'm one of those people, like, I like being able to engage in the business side of tech. And it takes practice too. I'm gonna check on the baby. I'm really surprised. Well, I started streaming at like 12:30. He probably didn't go to sleep till at least 1. He don't usually sleep this long. Candy Strike, welcome in. How are you today? I promise after you have a kid, you always hear your kid, even though they might, he's asleep right now, but I feel like I keep feeling like I hear him. I'm gonna go check on him in a minute because I'm surprised that he's not up. But he did get up kind of early. Actually, I woke him up. He wasn't ready to get up. Oh, we need, okay, do we make a server, JS? That's what we need to do. Make my server, JS, and then let me see. Oh, my back is itching. Have two that are much older. This is a long nap. But he was up late. He was up late, very late, and he got up early. So he don't really like to nap, but he be behind on sleep. He wasn't asleep this whole time because he woke up. He got back up at one point, but he went back to sleep. And then me and him had both been sick, so I thought he would have been sleeping more. Because I know I was exhausted. But he won't be asleep very much longer, even if he is still asleep right now. Have a front end interview. What should you brush up on for front end? Are you familiar with like any frameworks? The first things I think about with front end is being comfortable to talk about CSS and being comfortable to talk about React. Usually React is the front end framework that most people are using. Being comfortable, being ready to talk about any of the projects that you featured, like if you gave them your GitHub or something like that, being ready to answer questions about your repository. Depends what phase of the interview you might be in. Yeah, React. Yeah, so is it like a first interview, or do you know what kind of interview it is? I wonder how old this is. Oh, 3 weeks ago. Okay. This is a lot of questions, but these are some general coding and JavaScript feature questions. I would want to, I don't see anything about React in particular. CSS, selectors. They don't have anything React related, but if they're doing React, they'll probably, oh, they have like a whole little UI for it, so you don't gotta read it from GitHub like I was doing. I like that under the general questions, they say stuff like, what did you learn yesterday or this week? Or what excites you or interests you about coding? A lot of times when you're interviewing for something technical, in my experience, when we were interviewing people, I will always be looking for not just what you can do, but like, do you have a genuine interest and passion for it? Even if you don't know the answer to a question, like being able to say something like, oh, you know what, I'm not really sure about that, but it kind of sounds like this, or it reminds me of this other thing that I've done before. I would definitely want to look into it, like, and not just being like, I don't know what that is, and then just like shutting the question down. But you basically are trying to showcase, you are trying to showcase what you know, but you're also trying to showcase your thirst for knowledge, your ability to problem solve and overcome challenges that you face. So like framing all your conversation around that, when you have that in mind, it helps really guide the way that you answer your questions. So like if I said like, what did I learn yesterday or this week? I mean, I be doing stuff all the time, so I can always talk about something I learned. But like if I ask somebody what did they learn and then they say nothing, I'm about to be like, okay, that's a hard pass. What excites you about coding? If you say money, then that's a hard pass. Even if that's the reality of it, right? Don't nobody want to hear that the only thing you care about is making money. Because money does not actually get you through solving hard problems. What is a recent technical challenge you experienced and how did you solve it? That's good. What if they already know everything? What you mean if who already knows everything? the person being interviewed, if I say what did you learn and they said nothing, I already know everything, that's the hardest pass of all time. Promise you. Don't need to learn if you know everything. I kid. Oh, I know you kidding. But it's funny though, right? Because even though you kidding, people really be like that. Like, you don't know everything. You will never know everything. And I would hire a person who knows 10% of what they need to know, but understands that they know 10% and is always willing to try to acquire more knowledge, right? Than hiring a person who knows 99% of what they need to know and don't think they need to learn nothing new. Like, I'm good with you actually. Because especially in software, like, you're going to stagnate at some point if you don't think you need to learn. And even though it's kind of a joke, it's kind of real. Like, it's definitely people like that, and it's unfortunate. I know one thing is that I know nothing. Exactly. Honestly, okay, me becoming in this level where I feel confident to say that I'm a senior in my field, all the only real difference in how I feel now versus how I felt a few years ago is that I feel way more confident about not knowing stuff. Like, it does not give me anxiety anymore. When like a few years ago, I would get so much anxiety around just feeling like I didn't know enough. Oh, Mina, I remember her. And feeling like, always feeling on edge that somebody would basically ask you something that you wouldn't know. And being more experienced, it just kind of makes you realize you might have this mindset that's like, instead of feeling like not knowing is a bad thing, not knowing is just normal, and I will figure it out. Like, like for example, when I was interviewing for my last the teaching position that I do now, um, out the blue, at first I was just interviewing for their intro program to teach for their intro program, which they just wanted to see a live teaching exercise. But then after they saw my teaching exercise, they were like, "Oh, hey, would you like to interview for like to be like a program and a teacher in the full program?" I'm like, "Sure." So then they were like, in addition to my teaching sample, I had to do a coding challenge. So I wasn't expecting that coding challenge. It came out the blue. It's not like I was really well practiced on the thing that they wanted me to do in the coding challenge, but the way that I just was able to look at it, be like, oh, okay, I'm about to figure it out and get it submitted, but also still showcase something, like learn something in the process and even showcase that new thing that I learned in the process. It was just a way different experience than a few years ago when it would have been like, oh my God, now I have anxiety because I didn't get, like, I used to be like, I need to see exactly what the interview process is going to be so I could prep for it, go online, look at, what's it called, Glassdoor, try to figure out, like, basically try to know as much as you can just to be mentally prepared. And I'm like, I have transitioned out of that period of time, if it makes sense. um it doesn't mean I don't get nervous. It doesn't mean that I don't, have anxiety or anything like that. But it's just, I'm way more laid back about that because I know in reality, the one thing you know is that you don't know nothing. What'd you say? The one thing is that I know nothing. Yep. Stress that I don't know everything. Then my seniors go, yeah, I can't remember anything. It's no biggie. Yeah, seriously. They don't know stuff. And if you are around, now some people gonna put on the front. Some people are gonna put on the front. But if you are around people who genuinely are authentic about who they are, especially those seniors that you have around you, you're gonna really understand that it's not a memory game, and it's not a competition. So if I don't understand something, I shouldn't be sitting here feeling bad that I don't understand it. As programmers, what we get paid for, we get paid to figure stuff out. We get paid to problem solve. We not gonna memorize everything to know. You can never memorize everything that you could possibly know, because even if you did, tomorrow your knowledge is gonna be outdated, because something new is always gonna come along. So even now, as I start my app, I'm not doing this from memory, even though I probably should be able to do this from memory, but I don't write Express apps enough to do this from memory, if I'm being honest. Now, if I did this all day, every day, then it would be different. But because I translate, or not translate, but because I hop from different tech stacks all the time and different tools all the time, I have to look this up. That's okay. I remember what all this stuff does, though. I know what the point of it is. I know if I skip a part in the process, how to troubleshoot through it. But if I said I wanted to set up a server in Flask right now instead of Node, I bet you I could show you exactly how to do it. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's the same concept. I'm going to come here. I'm going to go to this quick start, right? I want to set up a server. This is a minimal Flask application right here. And then this is how we run it. It's all the same. It's just different syntax. Now it's gonna be certain aspects of it that's different, but it's pretty much still the same thing. Django. Completely different language, completely different framework. I love Django, by the way. This is excuse me. I was about to say that's showing you how to create a model and stuff like that. There's the template. It's all the information is here that you need. You just, it's more so about being able to digest this material and understand how to put it into practice. And that only comes with experience. That only comes with doing stuff. We were talking about that earlier. Building projects is how you stay sharp. So with me, I have to do stuff like this. Like this project, I'm like, I know that this as a learning tool has to be something that pushes my boundaries. It can't just be the same shit that I teach over and over again. This has to be the type of project where, no, I need to go and implement full testing into this. Why? Because I don't know how. Because somebody usually sets that part up for me, if I'm being honest. As a software engineer, I've always been a product engineer. So, in more recent years, a lot of my experience centered around being on a product team that also had in a company that had an infrastructure team, in a company that had a tools team. Like we had engineers in the company who managed Google Cloud and Azure and AWS. They managed all of our build tools. They managed we had tools team. They did stuff like actually built out scripts and built out tools so we could automatically spin up apps. Like we could just say, here's the name of my app, here's my config, and use their tools to automatically set up our app the way it needed to be set up. At least the structure of it, right? So yeah, I have to make sure that I spend time doing some stuff for myself, because some things I would never have to do for myself working on a big engineering team. It's just reality. And the bigger the company is that you work for, the more likely it is that you don't get exposure to certain things. Wait, how do I do this? I know we went off on a tangent, but for Candy Strike, I hope some of what I was saying was helpful. Function. Y'all probably, if y'all looking at me like, why she gotta keep looking at her keyboard? I think this is a 60%. I don't even think it's a 65%. Ducky, one too many. This is the keyboard that I'm using. So I don't have arrow keys, which I'm pretty used to not having arrow keys. But a lot of keys are on some of my characters are on function. So the backticks are on function on the escape key. I love it though. I do not need to be looking at keyboard, so I'm about to navigate myself right on away from that, but yeah. Okay, so create this. All right, so we are requiring, did I do an npm? Yeah, I did, because I got node modules. I was gonna say, did I do my install? But I wouldn't have node modules if I didn't do my install. So we're requiring express, and then we're setting up our app. We're just gonna call it app, literally. But like, for example, if I wanted this to be the love API app. Then this would be love API app dot use, right? And then love API app dot listen. So that's all. But we usually just call it app. Okay, so I have Express. So this is basically my import. This is me actually initializing the app object, and then I set a port. So either it will get the port from the environment variable, or it will use 3000. This is a middleware setup. And then app.listen on this port. And then this is the callback function. This is going to let me know. This is going to log this to the console when app.listen runs. So whenever the server runs, then I will know which port it's running on. And that'll be my visual indicator. So I do want to set up Nodemon actually. There's no ports. Oh, duh, I skipped. I'll skip that part. I didn't actually put the variable in here. That's on me. See, that's the prime reason right there why I would want to set up Nodemon, because it'll restart the server for me. Oh, I didn't save. Lovely. Save. I don't know why I still don't put autosave on. I don't believe in autosave, y'all, because not everything has autosave. So I still feel like, there we go, now it's running. Since not everything has autosave, I think that it's best to just never have autosave on. That way I always remember to save my files. So let's do this. I think I would do it like this, because I don't have this stuff memorized. After I get the name, path params, let's do this way, because a lot of this I don't have to not Express.js. I don't have to rush myself, because I do know the general way I would want to set this up, but I would love to see the docs for, because I'm just gonna set up a basic URL right now. So when you go to the home page, okay, so the name is optional. Name must be optional, because this is the URL, and then this is the callback. And then here's express.json. So this is middleware. It parses incoming requests with JSON payloads and is based on body parser. Returns middleware that only parses JSON and looks at requests where the content type header matches the type option. name string. You could pass only a callback. So how do I need to get used to VS Code because I really just started using VS Code last year, or maybe the end of 2022. Whenever they said they were going to sunset Atom, I was forced. So I don't know some of the shortcuts I should know. So my this is my home route. What? I need rec and res. Yep, rec and res. Okay. So I can do a res.send. Oh no. Okay, it's not going to even let me type it without rec res. So I can send my response. I need to put node mod on here. 3000. Come get some love. Okay, my server runs. Let's do. I think node mod. Yeah, global install, so that way I can use it on any projects. npm install -g. Let me see something though. How did I see which version I was on? Which? I didn't make that up, but npm. Oh, that's a different command. Which one tells me which version I'm using? Dang it. I also been trying to use man pages a lot more. So y'all will see me doing that instead of Googling. Install, uninstall, use, run. Oh, current. Okay. npm current. I think I'm on LTS right now. Yeah, I think so. So npm install -g nodemon. It's a global install because it's more like a tool that I want to be able to use for all of my different projects, but it's only right now going to be installed for this current version. So when I switch to another version, I'm gonna have to install it. I think that's how that's gonna work. No, so now, right, just to verify my server's running, but then if I was to say like save that, then it'll restart the server. So I won't have to keep restarting whenever I make server changes. Coding is going well. I gotta go check on the baby. Look at Dre moseying on in. I've been listening to AI music all day. I am a robot. Oh my gosh. Why am I getting held up? That's crazy. That's crazy. I be getting treated so wrong sometimes, man. It's all good. I'm over here getting harassed, but it's okay. Y'all be doing me wrong, man. No, it just be Dre. Everybody else be chill. Okay, so can I ask a personal favor? Every time you come in, I'm gonna need a countdown how many more days we got left until your account is unbanned. Okay? Can we get that, please? That's brazy. Did I tell you how I had to stop listening to Sada Baby? And my heart. It's not just him though, but you know, Dre, you understand because you've been around for a while, so you know. That was like literally the only thing I listened to for like 5 years straight or something. And my life started to reflect that, so I was like, let me get my shit together. But I'm proud of him because he been out here, he been streaming, he getting his little Twitch following up. It ain't little. Slow down on my ignorant shit, basically. That's basically it. I had to. I was like, this ain't healthy, man. This ain't healthy. I can't blame music for my life, never, but I can notice some similarities in what I'm consuming and what I'm surrounding myself with. So I had that realization. Okay, so we got the basics running. I mean, it took me like 3 hours because we over here talking, but and then I never actually finished looking for what I was looking for here. And here I wanted to see if my audio was messed up on that original podcast episode. And I think I determined that it was. It was from August. I think it said August 9th or something. August 29th maybe? No. I thought it said August. Getting GitHub. Oh, this one? August 3rd? That seems right. I think whatever issue was going on recording, I think whatever issue was going on download. Is this gonna show the local recording?
Starting to push an online platform where you can host your Git projects. So you can interact with your projects. I'm going to come in here and Command A, Command C, copy everything before I delete it. Let's just do that just in case. Okay, so I'm going to delete the repository and I'll show you how you can
yeah, that sound was in that recording too. That's okay though. Luckily, I realized I redid that content. So, anyways, close that. I was ignorant at one point. Shut up. Look, now I wasn't, but I was at the same time. I mean, okay, look, y'all. I'm from Detroit, okay? So the things I have exposure to in my life, it's not all fairy tales and rainbows, but it was more so I was around the wrong type of people. I can be honest about that. Because it's kind of hard to separate yourself. But music wise, if you never heard Sada Baby before, or you never heard like Detroit hood music before, you won't even understand. So I think it was less what I was personally doing and more what I was exposing myself to, and therefore who I was exposing myself to. I'll leave it at that, if that makes sense. So really with my music, I had to turn my music down. I had to. Because it was just what it was promoting and what I was like. I'm literally like constantly ingesting this. So as much as you say like, it's just music, it's not actually. It has been helpful though. I mean, I love Sada Baby, and I love some good, like I love a lot of good music in general, like good in the sense that like I like the rhymes, I like the beats and stuff, but I had to start listening to stuff that was way more positive. I had to. And I had to think about what I was going to have my son listening to also. So I haven't really, it's been like probably almost a solid year that I stopped listening to him. Listen to classical music while you stream. I actually want to get back into listening to classical music. I've been thinking about it because I really did used to like, I was saying earlier in the stream, I have a lot of classical voice training, and I used to go to school for music. So I really do appreciate classical music also. And then I used to like to study to classical music. Like back in the day when I was in high school, when we still went to the library, I used to go to the library and check out like classical CDs, like classical music CDs, and just have them like listen to them, study to them and stuff like that. I love like some Chopin. Something about his music. We might get real official over here, y'all. That's how you know we gonna get real big brain when we start listening to classical music while we code. Study to all kind of music. I used to study to different music, but sometimes I like something that's not I like something with no lyrics. because especially if I know the song, it's distracting realistically. Like it might get me hyped depending on what it is, but then I can't focus because I'm actually singing the lyrics in my head instead of like trying to read trying to read what I'm reading. So I thought I just tore a hole in my jacket from this chair. But the jacket just actually has a hole in it right there. I didn't know real was a thing. Wait, what? But yeah, we gonna get real big brained when we start listening to classical music. It's gonna make our brains grow, y'all. That's what they say. But I love all different types of music. I do. I really do. Especially being like a choir kid, being somebody that like studied music a lot. I studied all different types of I studied like classical, like different operas. I did like a lot of opera performances too. I did a lot of spirituals. Then you got R&B, rap. I like techno music. I like a lot of different types of music. Don't ask me about country though. If I want to go big brain, it is rap for if it is for other things, other genres. Okay. No, if I'm listening to something with lyrics, I'm not gonna be able to focus, especially if I know the song. It will get me there, like as far as like my hype level, but I'm not gonna be getting nothing done. That's kind of where I'm at. So it has to be something. If I listen to something with lyrics, especially if it's rap, I have to be focusing on something that's not that doesn't require that much concentration. Like something where, you know what I mean? Like if I was trying to implement an algorithm right now, like on the coding, like doing a coding challenge or something, and I was trying to implement an algorithm from like my memory, I wouldn't do that. But like even just setting this app up, the basic stuff that I'm doing, I don't. I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Even though I'm figuring stuff out, I know what I'm doing. So it wouldn't be that bad. I need to go check on the baby because I heard him again. I was in a band and had a music class on music theory. Heck yeah. I started learning music theory in high school because I was in a choir. And I was in a very, very involved choir. We traveled and performed and did competitions, state competitions and all that kind of stuff. So I learned a lot through that. And then I had to do a lot of music theory in college. Go check on your baby. No, he ain't gonna let me ignore him at all. But I could tell he's still waking up. But I'll be right back. Oh. Hey, big boy. Look. There you go. Look. Why you being so goofy? You a goofy butt? Let me see your hand. What's on your hand? Here, let's put some socks on. Hey, little dude. See, they say hey, baby. He likes to see himself on the screen. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up if I put it over there. Hey, baby. You so goofy. Boy. You silly butt. Let me see. Puts in. Dang, that's all I got sick the first time. You can't pass it back to me again. That's you. Yeah. That's funny. We going on a trip. Wait, what trip we going on? What is a laptop? Appreciate you be making this stuff. A laptop orchestra. I need to join that. All right, let's see. You need a diaper change? All right. You can. Oh, when I get into this bag, you get sidetracked when you find out the truth. Wait, what? uh, algo, algo raves. This rabbit hole is on you. How is it? It's not on me because you already said that it's a rabbit hole, but you posted it first. You didn't tell me it was a rabbit hole first. You showed me first. Here. You know what you doing, man. Y'all know I'll go down the rabbit hole. There's a laptop orchestra in Algo Rave, which is a rave done by algorithm. Oh, you saw, okay, that's what you thought. No. He just woke up. Who put a thumbs up? I didn't put a thumbs up. Now, when I actually put a thumbs up, then it's a struggle. So we're gonna rave. Can we do it this way? Is it gonna recognize it? I can't turn sideways. He said I need snacks. Yeah. See, it's a lot of stuff I didn't even know existed. Then preacher be coming along talking about some. Yeah, you want to be in a laptop orchestra? What? I didn't even know that was a thing. That sounds so interesting. A laptop opera. Been in one many times. Of course. I didn't know it even existed, but you have done it a lot of times. Oh, and you're in one regularly? So is it like laptop bands? Like, can I start a laptop band? These are not things I knew to ask, like questions I knew I could ask. Yeah, he been asleep for a minute. Laptop bands, and a lot of it is improv or improvised. Excuse me. Audio, visual code, and other software devices. Man, I got some stuff around here I could probably use. It's more traditional instruments though. I was about to try to walk off with these headphones on and really anger myself when the cord got yanked away. We've been on here so long that the galaxy lights are starting to actually show on the wall. They've been on this whole time. If I close my blinds, they'll probably show better. These are actual devices though. I have the original Lumi keys. Does anybody care about these? I got this I actually backed a Kickstarter back in the day. And here's my groove box. But I know y'all probably do a little bit more coding tools. It looks cool. Which one? Both or the lights or what? But yeah, the Lumi keys is from Rolly. They basically, you can actually buy these now, but Broly, yeah, they make really cool instruments. Um, when I actually start using my instrument, I want a keyboard. I want a keyboard, and I need a new Lumi. Like I want a couple Lumis, like maybe 2 or 3 or 4. This how the Lumi work. Oh, it's a keyboard. Yeah, that one is a keyboard. The other one is a groove box. The keyboard is, they snap together, and now all they components snap together, so you can extend it out. You can attach it with the keyboard. The keyboard, this one is cool. This one is so cool. I want one of these. Here, I'll show you. Oh, that was very subtle. I was into it. That's the Seaboard, and then they do have Seaboard. They got Seaboard module now, like a little smaller one that you can snap in. This is actually This is the same one. Is that the same model I got? Cause they don't make this model no more. This model's old. Yeah, that's the same model I got actually. That this one right here. That's what this is. Let me see. I think my Groove Box has batteries in it. Dang, it's dead. Anyways, this one right here, this is a Groove Box. So you can have like different synths, different drum sounds, um, compose out some different loops and stuff. It's mostly for, so it does integrate, like you can hook it up into your tools, but you can also just play it like kind of on the go. So it's something nice to play around with and come up with ideas on. Um, but I think they don't make this one no more. They make a different model now, Novation Circuit. Oh, they call it a circuit track now, but the one I got is not a track. Um, what's a range? Tracks. Yeah, see, they don't. Mine's is a little bit different than that one. This is a newer model from the one I got. I think I got mine in like 2018, 2019 probably. But it's really fun to play around with. I wish it wasn't dead. I would have showed y'all. Um but yeah, if you know what a groove box is, it's considered a groove box. Elevation circuit. Um I don't even know. This is it right here. I think you can only find it like used now. But I don't see a reason to get the newer one. So I'm not going to. I can't wait. As soon as I get my this look like so much fun. Heck yeah. As soon as I get my as soon as I get my other desk, my bigger desk for like my main workstation, I'm immediately getting all my music equipment set up over here. I be needing an outlet. I know I can overlay like coding and music together, but realistically, like I I always liked music being like a hobby outlet for me. And I think once I start complicating it with code, I'm gonna instantly suck the fun out of it. But I just want to learn how to play the keyboard because I used to be able to dabble in it, but nothing crazy. So I have my keyboard. Originally I got the Lumi keys because they have like a learning software, so it's to help you learn how to play. But you can snap together, I think, up to 4 of them. Maybe more, because they say you can do 96 keys. Four. Oh, so I guess that's 4, because this is 24. This is 48. So up to 4 of them. Baby, that's yours. You can have it. You can have it. I mean, it's gonna be cold no matter what. Okay, well, fine. But yeah, they have like some cool software. That was what they originally released it for, or how they originally released it. What? They have an official like page or website that's just about Lumi. So yeah, if you want to learn how to play and all that other kind of stuff, it's fun. It is fun. But my Lumi is kind of broke because, like I said, I got mine as when they did the Kickstarter back in the day. So I had it for a long time. It's been through a lot. Oh. Just spitting extra random coding knowledge. Oh, if it has a MIDI or serial port, you can use this. Yeah, I think. Well, the Lumi is Bluetooth, I want to say. But yeah, the Lumi is Bluetooth, but My Groovebox is MIDI, has MIDI. My Yamaha keyboard also has MIDI. Because the next thing I really want is, I think I told you I want some electronic drums, and I want a synthesizer, but I'm not gonna get a synthesizer yet. I'm gonna use my keyboard and get some software because yeah, the synthesizer I want though. There's so many good ones out there. In Bluetooth, there is a Python library. Okay. Teenage Engineering got some sweet stuff. They got a new I think it's a Groovebox actually that just came out. The OP, that's the OP1 though. That ain't the one. I remember when I was gonna back this on Kickstarter too. I ended up changing my mind though. Oh, Arturia. I want an Arturia. This is the Mini Freak. The Micro Freak is kind of sweet. Here's the Micro Freak. These keys is literally just a flat surface that has the sensors on it, so you can do some interesting stuff with that. Baby. I'm trying to talk. This boy got an attitude. Oh, and they play with the data. Okay. Rolling. Let's see who's rolling. Synthesizers be super expensive though. Electric drum kit is where it's at. Keeps you fit too. Oh. This boy bumping his head on the microphone arm. I don't know why. Stop. What's the matter, baby? What's the matter? Thank you. You want to talk? Okay then. You want to talk? Huh. What? Do you want this? He going through something. See, I'm going through something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going through something. How you do that? Boy. Okay, what about if you come on this side? Okay, you be over there and my microphone be over here, okay? Is that cool with you? Here, you want to sit down? Crazy butt. Oh boy. We off on a whole tangent, but I love music and I love instruments. Roland. They got the drums I want. Don't touch my cup. Mess with your own cup. I can see you. I can see what you're doing. Did you know that? Uh, so yeah, I want one of these rolling kits, but I kind of don't want to go full entry level. If I was to pick one, I really want this KV or the KVX, but the KV. No, I want the KVX actually. This is the one I want. Wait. No, that's a KX. Stop taking the straw out. Okay. Yeah, I would take the KX or the KVX. Boy, what you doing? What's up? What you going through? Why are you trying to knock stuff over? That's not nice. The main reason I would want one of these is because I want at least a somewhat of a good what you call the drums on the bottom? He over here clapping. I don't even know what that's for. All right, off on a tangent. Wait, hold on. We gotta click on whatever Preacher put in there, so we can blame him for the tangent. What is this? What's up, baby? I know. Oh, I, wait. Did I send? Oh, I thought I sent that to him. I thought I sent you this. Baby, stop. Okay, RDC World had posted this video. They posted this skit about Pal World. Stop, baby. And my brother just baby, what you going through? What's up? What's up? You ready for me to be done? I was about to say I only been streaming for 2 hours, but that's not true. I had to restart the stream. I just lost all my light instantly. What happened? It's getting dark outside. Okay, what was it? Let me see. I'll go rave. A laptop orchestra. Dang it. Is this something I can find on YouTube? Live Code NYC.
Hello, everybody. Woo! That was very loud. I'm sorry, but I appreciate the support. Okay, so. Hey, okay, cool. On the left, we got R. Tyler. Coding in title cycles with some crazy machine learning that went into putting samples together. Talk to him after the show. It's amazing. On the right, we have Subfields / Justine. Wow, this is Live Code NYC. Both of these performers flew in from San Francisco to perform for you tonight. So I'm very excited for y'all to be here for this. And also you're going to see some Hydra in the background. So if you didn't know what Hydra was, Hydra's in the background. How are you all doing out there? Is it
Stop,
okay?
you can't have that.
It's doing okay? Okay, cool. Hey, more friends. All right, cool. Are you guys ready? All right, let's kick off the timer. We're about 25 minutes on the clock.
Who just yelled out Rick James? Hello, YouTube Academy. It's a Rick James song. Give it to me, baby. It might be a sample, but that's the version they playing. Oh, baby boy can't hear it. You want to listen to it? He don't want to wear headphones. I'm really trying to understand. Oh, I see them now. I was about to say they had like some string or something last time. Never seen a laptop orchestra, so this is cool. Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. Today we learned. Here. It's hard to see, but they have like a chord, and I think that's a part of how they're playing. I was looking for it too. In the first video, it was a little bit more obvious because it was like a thicker chord. Hey. Why are you putting your feet on the desk? Uh-uh. That's very interesting. So they have a whole like orchestra at Stanford. Concert page, program notes. Slork. A Slorker's Guide to Computer Music. Um, um, I'm like, I want to understand how do they create these instruments or what, like people about. I want to know too. Right? Okay. They use the Chuck programming language. Can you stop? You can download Chuck. You could try Chuck online. Start. My ears. Stop. Stop the other one. But this one just reading a WAV file. Stop. What are you doing? That's not helpful because that one is just playing a loop of an actual file. But my keyboard organ. I want to see more code. Oh shoot. Hold on. Open keyboard and then what sounds can 49 is that Chuck has different format of coding and has particular time structure. Classically trained in what am I saying? Classically trained in flute and guitar, so I thought this was cool. Heck yeah. Sometimes you mimic instruments, sometimes you make some, you code a bit. You can use other tools to iMic that as well and further. But this one is the keyboard organ, so I can just play. Interesting. Stop, boy. What you doing? What? So you can play some of these at the same time. Interesting. So then I can do like turn it on. It's gonna sound terrible, but into it, but I just wanted to test out different creative coding. Start getting into 3D coding, game coding, music coding, soundification. Ooh, visualizer. That's very interesting. This explicitly and deliberately crashes Chuck. Use with caution. On the fly shred management. Filter. Okay. Heard there could be some creative coding at Hacking with the Homies. Yeah. A little birdie. A little birdie told me. What's up, baby? This is cool though. See, that's my thing. I'm like, I feel like I want to explore something that I don't have to. I don't want it to be like so technically complicated that I suck the fun out of it. But I like this. Um, I like seeing them play the orchestra. Baby, what you doing? Look, what's up? Hmm. What's up? You going through something? Yeah. How dare I? How dare I? How dare I? Mm-mm. What you want? You don't even know. You still sleepy, but what? What you going through? Different orchestras use different tools and software. Yeah. Stop. The fact that I'm not allowed to use my own microphone right now is like hilarious. Yeah. This is cool though. This is one. Well, yeah. So they pointed that out that that's the tool that they use. Stop. Stop. Today we learned that you can be in a laptop orchestra. See, like if I was in college nowadays, I would definitely be one of them. I would be one of them for sure. Stop. Stop. Sir. Sir. Okay. What you going through? Oh boy. Oh boy. I will post something from one of my collabs. Okay, yeah, I want to see that. We wants to see it. Music and AI, what do we really want? Nobody nobody asked for this. Solve no problem that exists.
So really pleased to have Ge. So take it away and let's welcome Ge.
Thank you, Percy, and thanks to all of you for having me. I'm just going to jump right in and talking about music and AI. What do we really want?
Oh, 2 months ago.
I'll just start with this statement, which I wonder how many of you will resonate with, that we, For better or for worse, do live in interesting times. This, of course, being the Confucian curse. Times during which I personally have no answers, but a lot of questions, and only questions, perhaps. And so what I want to do today is to tell maybe a story about music and AI, but also it will be a kind of provocation for a set of questions that we could
subscribing
all
to
be
his
asking and
channel.
asking together about what do we really want.
You can use AI with Chuck. Yeah. See, I would like to explore some stuff. Baby, here. He took the he took the bottle and left this time. I don't understand that, baby. Machine learning is one domain that I learned back in 2017, but haven't been back to that subfield. Okay, so dang, the jacked up thing is I don't know what a chord is to my what you call it. Otherwise, I could do something with that. But I should be able to play some stuff on my keyboard, right? Like my actual keys on my keyboard. I want to try something. What can I try? Audio, auto blocks, AI glossary, machine learning. I know for the I know for the sake of my sanity that I need to learn how to do some type of music programming. I have decided that period. Um I had a tab open too cuz I want to explore let me see if it's still open. I think I closed it. I want to explore see music ML models. Oh. Magenta is a collection of creativity tools built on Magenta's open source models. Magenta. I hate that I keep doing that. So many things out here. Play real time music with a machine learning drummer that drums based on your melody. um, a web based intelligent music application built on melody RNN and drums RNN. Let me see this one. Can but see, this was already set, so is it gonna just? That's not what I was expecting. I want what makes it intelligent? I'm trying to understand. A side-scrolling game where the player has to finish the level to listen to the full song. It's basically, it looked like what's that one game? Geometry Dash. RNN plus run. Machine learning is a subfield that deals with teaching computers how to. Oh, machine listening. Play. Oh, okay, I wasn't ready. Hold on. Shoots. Oh, this sucks. Hold on. I wasn't ready. This sucks. It's worse than Geometry Dash. Damn it. Not at the end. Oh god. Using these Mac keys to do this is terrible. Oh. Oh. Was I supposed to like? Dang it. What you got? I gotta play both? What the f? Oh, they both can go. Oh. Oh, that was a good strat right there. Put one on top of the other one. How did I fall? Okay. How did I get there? From here. Multi-track interpolation. Interpolate between two music styles. Beat blender. Generate two-dimensional palettes of drum beats and draw paths. Sketch melodies on a matrix. Tune to different scales. This would be me playing the piano right now. This would be me playing the piano right now, bro. Hey, get out that basket. Can't you just listen to this all day? Just playing all them low notes. Like what? Why? Okay. Dang it. That wasn't supposed to do that. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Stop. 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 All right. It's gonna be time for me to go because baby boy is not having it. And synth sound maker. You play notes and then it responds. Sir. Okay. Excuse you, I wasn't done. Okay, this thing impatient. Excuse you. This the type of person that be trying to one up you all the time. Oh, you ain't got nothing to say? I will record some of this and then we just gonna listen to it all day on stream. I broke it. Baby, that's trash. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Oh gosh. Okay, I got stuff to explore. Baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Well, I think I have reached the end of my limit. I have to making pancakes. Yeah, I'm about to just go ahead and send y'all over to Repton Tech. Dr. T still working over there, and I will see y'all tomorrow because it's time for me and Baby Boy to have some time together. He tripping. But this has been fun, honestly. I think it would be good to have like some little project to play around with machine learning and music. I wouldn't mind that. So in the meantime though, I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all can always do !Discord if you want to come hang with us in Discord. But otherwise, go say hi to Dr. T and have a good evening. I don't know, I'll probably see y'all later tomorrow because it's church day and all that good stuff. But I hope y'all have a good Saturday night. Bye bye.